Okay, can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, welcome everybody. Say yes in the chat with a one if you can hear me. And we're waiting for Keisha. Up there's Trish. Hey
Good
Trish.
evening.
Good evening, good evening. We're all rolling and strolling in here. Keisha should be here shortly.
Excellent.
We've been missing you for the last couple weeks. I know
I've
that, yeah, a lot was going on.
a lot going on, and thank you so much for understanding. And I'm glad to be back.
Yes, yes, yes. I will say, before I go into formal introductions, I don't know, Bold was kind of slow this week for me.
It was a little slow. It really was.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit more excitement, I guess, on the Young and the Restless. So,
Yeah, I kind of felt like it was a lot of trying to sew things together this week.
you talking about on the Young and the Restless or the Bold and the Beautiful?
Yeah, actually, kind of both of them felt a little bit stitching.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Hey everybody, everybody strolling in. So it's already 2 after the hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And welcome you guys to CBS Soap Dish Recap where Keisha and Trish will and myself will be recapping both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful for the week of April 24th through April 28th. And what I'll do is we usually do the Young and the Restless first. Second half of the show is the Bold and the Beautiful. And then we have two other segments, the Flip the Script segment and Who is Taking a Seat this week. And yeah, I got some seats. And somebody is probably in a permanent seat this week.
Mm,
Yeah.
man, I mean,
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the summary for the Young and the Restless, and then we'll go ahead and break it all down. Break it all down. Alrighty. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Young and the Restless. Come on, slow pokey. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. Oh, there's
yay!
Keish.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Hi, Keisha.
How are
Listen,
you guys?
I'm good. I'm
I
good.
missed you, Trish.
I missed you too, girl. Been a strange time in life, but I'm glad to be back.
Me too.
Yeah. It's been a pretty. My birthday was this past Monday, so
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
uh,
I was gonna ask you how was your birthday?
it was good. I went to dinner. I saw a play last weekend, and then my son and my daughter they took me out to a seafood restaurant, and then my sister's birthday is Wednesday, so we'll be doing a family dinner tomorrow.
What play
Nice.
did you see?
It was just a small local play out here called DOA. It's like a 1950s. It's after the movie that came out in the 50s. And so they did a play of it as well.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty darn good. Thank you for the wishes in the chat. I appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and break this down. I'm going to do the summary and then we'll do the storyline. So, for the Young and the Restless for the week of April 24th through the 28th, Ashley tears into Jack, who is outraged by her spitefulness, while Billy gives Kyle marital advice and then sleeps with Chelsea. Stark's body is found. Ashley asks Tucker to move in, enticing him with a kiss. And Sally and Adam are having a girl. Summer reacts to Phyllis revealing herself to be alive, and Diane is shaken by Michael's evidence against her. Phyllis confesses her scheme her scheme with Stark and how she unalived him to Summer, and Jack asks Diane to marry him now. Summer reveals Phyllis is alive to Daniel, who doesn't believe her, and then Tucker moves in with Ashley, and Lauren and Michael have a massive fight. All right, so where y'all want to start?
You pick. You always make us pick.
I know,
Okay.
right?
Okay. All right. So let's start with this whole situation with Adam, Victor, and
So,
Sally and the baby and Nick.
Okay.
So my thing is, first of all, Victor needs to mind his own business. His
You know
sons are,
that ain't happening.
yeah, I know. His sons are grown, and at the same time, Nicholas need to get out the way of that too. I mean, he looks like a third wheel interloper this week.
totally.
Hmm.
I totally agree. When he was sitting on that couch and they were talking and they were so excited, and he's got this like partial annoyed grin.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, they
Yeah,
were
he.
sitting over there. Yeah, they were fawning all over the sonogram photos and smiling and oh my God, our daughter, this, that, and he's just sitting there looking like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I
If
should.
you're gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you're gonna be obviously annoyed,
Mm-hmm.
then it's time for you to move on.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I know growing up, whenever anybody sat around with that look on their face in my house, my mom or my dad would always say, "You look like a lump on a log."
I
And
mean,
I thought Nicholas looked like a lump on a log.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, that's exactly what that was. I mean, he looks out of place.
Yep.
They don't
Hmm.
even look like they're in a relationship. I
Not,
mean, when he comes around, she throw him a obligated kiss or a obligated hug, but other than that, he just feel like he look like he's out of place.
Yeah.
You
it's
know,
so pitiful.
and it looked like, and I mean, it took Victor to tell him like, dude, do you realize what this looked like? I mean,
And he
seriously.
didn't want to hear it. He still didn't want to hear it.
Nope.
Yeah. Right.
Nope, nope, nope. He didn't want to hear it. Hey, Bree. Bree says send prayers to Eric Braden.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so did they say did he have surgery?
I'm not sure.
I'm not
I
sure
don't know.
either. I know that is it prostate or bladder?
I didn't. I don't know what kind of cancer it
I
is. I
honestly
didn't.
do not know what
Yeah.
type of cancer it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I saw his video, and when he cried, man, I lost it.
I couldn't watch the video because I
I
heard
bawled,
that he cried.
bawled like a baby.
Yeah, cuz
I mean,
he
it's like, it's not like, we go hang out with Eric Braden, but all of us fans, and these actors know this, they're so professional, but I mean, they're in our living room every day. We've grown to love and care and respect them, and it
mhm.
just breaks our
Right.
hearts when this kind of thing happens. It's scary and it's heartbreaking, and we just hope for the best.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me see what it is.
Honey
Um
Smile said, or Bree said, it's prostate.
it is. I just pulled it up.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yep, it's prostate cancer. But I don't know how advanced it is. They didn't say.
Mm-mm.
Um yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they also they not only did was it prostate, they said a few days later urologist found a spot on his bladder too.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Holy moly. Okay. So, yeah, it's not saying any stages or anything. Yep, yep, yep. So, hopefully like she said, sending prayers up to Eric Braden. I mean, he's been a staple. He's a fighter. I mean, even though he was a
Yes.
fighter on the
Yeah.
show, he's also a fighter in his personal life too.
For
Mm-hmm.
sure.
So Tenerife say that he has been working through the treatments is a testimony to his dedication to the show. Cause yeah, he's refusing to leave the show.
Right.
He's been saying that he's just going to try to fight this and then do what he was going to do on screen. So
I would bet that it helps him to focus outside of that. That his work will
Yeah.
allow him to think about something else, focus on something else, and live his life, and not just sit there and wait.
Right.
And if you have that strength, and you're able to do that, then that is amazing.
I
Yeah.
feel
Because
like
not every.
there's been a couple of actors in the past several years that have done
Hmm.
that worked through their cancer, and nobody knew until it really started to either take effect or you
Mhm.
know
Right.
ended up passing away. That's Chadwick Boseman did it.
Yes. No
Eddie
one knew.
Murphy's brother, Charlie Murphy,
Yeah.
same thing.
Mm-mm-mm.
Nobody had a clue until
Yeah.
it was too late.
Right. Wow. Well, yeah, hopefully, he continue to fight this and come out on the other side as the winner in this
Yes.
situation. So again, we're all sending up prayers for Eric Braden.
Yep.
Alrighty. Back to the simp Nick.
Mm.
Simp Nick, is that what you just said?
That is
What? But
exactly
you're funny.
because that's what he's acting like. It's like, dude. I mean, I don't know who's worse, him or Liam. It's just
Liam.
like
Ah,
Nobody beats Liam in that category.
nobody be Slim.
No.
too funny.
Oh my God. I mean, Nicholas, come on. I mean, he should even feel like, you know what, this ain't, I need to just move on. Because now you're going to have, if you're going to continue dating this girl, these two are going to be intertwined for the rest of their lives with this kid.
Yep.
Yep,
I
yep.
mean, it's one thing he got to deal with Nick, but coming up soon, he got to deal with Billy too. Because
Right.
Billy is dating Chelsea, and he's going to be over there all the time around Connor. So I'm wondering if that's part of the storyline that they're going to build up with that too.
Oh, they're gonna cross paths in that way somehow.
Oh, absolutely.
There's gonna be some kind of drama that goes on.
It's like, dang, how many, and most of the people that's intertwined with Adam's kid's life is people that he got issues with.
Hmm.
I mean, Billy and Nicholas. And it's like, let this man be a father to his kids. With regards to Nicholas, just get out of the middle of this and let them figure that out. You shouldn't have
Yeah.
put yourself in the middle of that after they weren't clearly through with their feelings anyway. I don't care what Sally said.
I mean, the minute you walked in on the disheveled bed that day, you
Girl,
should have
this
said, "Hey, man, I don't care what y'all figured out, but I'm going to take control of my situation, and I'm going to exit this one."
I
Hmm.
mean, seriously, the stench in the room, the bed messed up,
Yeah.
her gown, all of that. I mean, I'd be like, okay, you know what? I'm out.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Nicholas.
Yep.
But no, he wants to stick it to Adam and yeah, you can't be around. It's like, dude, just stop. Please.
Yeah.
So then, how about Victor's idea to have Nick and Adam work together?
Yeah.
Girl,
Like, what is he? Did he really think Nicholas was gonna go for that,
how
or
is that?
Adam for that matter?
It's delusional.
I don't even understand how, because Nick said that was his way of trying to get Sally out the way. How? With the two of them working together? They're going to be trying to chop each other off at the knees.
Right.
Hmm.
And especially if Sally come up to the job to visit or, bring some food up there or she come to see Adam and bring the baby up there. It's going to be a problem. I don't even that whole thing, they just botched that. They botched this storyline. It was one thing they gave him a job when he was working over at Jabot. Then they ended that. Then they should have let Adam just buy that company outright from Tucker and leave Victor out of it.
Hmm.
What do you guys think?
I agree.
It's just so annoying because who in their right, like, I mean, Nick is never going to want to work with him. It doesn't matter what Victor does, doesn't matter what he says. It's not going to happen. I mean, I guess there is that show called Sister Wives. I guess we could have brother husbands. I don't know.
But I feel like even if Sally wasn't a factor in this, like even if him and Sally weren't dating,
Mhm.
it still wouldn't have been a good idea because they just simply can't get along long enough to work together. And he would be working for Adam at that, so that wasn't going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Victoria was pissed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "How you just gonna take my COO?"
And
So,
she's a whole nother hot mess.
Oh
oh
God, we
yeah,
gonna get into that one.
Mm.
I'm wondering if because was Adam trying to? I can't remember the entire scene, but when Adam was talking to Nate, was he trying to get Nate to come over to his side, to his company?
Who?
I don't think so.
You talking about
When Adam and
Adam?
Nate were talking, I can't remember what the convo was about. I just remember them talking.
That conversation was him talking about Sally being pregnant,
Oh, is
and
that it?
yeah, and
Okay.
so Nate was like, "Oh well, Nick and Sally would be fine taking care of their baby together," and Adam was like, "Oh, you don't know, huh? That baby is mine." And Nate looking crazy, and what Adam said was so profound. He said, "Well, at least that you don't have to worry about being intertwined with the family, because if when that happens there's so many problems," or something like that. And Nate was
Oh
looking
yeah, I do
crazy.
remember him saying that.
Yeah, Nate was looking crazy because, oh yeah, who was that, Dewan or J Money, early in this broadcast dropped in the chat, who's gonna get their back blown out? Oh, Victoria's getting her back blown out on Monday in LA.
That's not a shock.
And I usually say spoiler alert, but we knew that was coming. It's May
Yeah, for
1st
sure.
on Monday, so the May sweeps are out.
Man.
For sure.
So riddle me this.
Mm-hmm.
You have everything. You're rich beyond, like, you're not rich. You're wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
You're a CEO of a conglomerate. You have your kids. You could have anybody. Why would you want someone that isn't on the same playing field, who has a girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of a person at that level decides that's the course they're going to take? It
Yeah.
makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
I guess when you're attracted to somebody, you're attracted to somebody, and it don't matter. In her case, I think maybe because of her status and her power, she doesn't care whether or not he's got a girlfriend.
She didn't
She's
care.
gonna she's gonna get what she can get, and she's gonna try to take him, and she's gonna use her little influence to do it, and
Yep.
it's working so far.
Yeah, that yeah, I guess she wanted what she wanted
Mm-hmm.
with when it came to hold on. My phone just did something crazy. Okay. Yeah, she wanted what she wanted in the moment. And the thing is that Nate is the one in the relationship. And the thing
Yeah.
is, go ahead, what'd you say? Go,
He just keeps putting himself in the position of allowing Victoria to move into his space.
mm-hmm.
And to me, if you really, like, he's already said no. At this point, this is definitely harassment, um, by a superior to an underling, in a work situation.
Mm-hmm.
And every time she comes into his space, he doesn't back up.
Because he wants her there.
Right.
Right.
And yet he's telling Elena, I want to go away with you. I want to be with you. I mean, ugh.
Yeah, he know Nate isn't Nate knows what he's doing.
He's
He
not a
may he may have told her no a couple of times, but deep down he wants to be with her in some kind of way. He's
Mm-hmm.
attracted to her, and I think the times that he told her no was just out of guilt because he's with Elena. But
Yeah.
you see how he not lie to Elena this week when he said he was going to California alone?
Sure
Yes,
did.
he lied.
Yeah.
You
So,
know, and Audra is
and
about to
you know why
drop.
he did that.
Yeah, and Audra dropped that bombshell coming up. So
And I
I'm
don't understand how in that small of a town where everybody knows everybody, and she talks to Audra, and I'm pretty sure Nate knows that Audra and her have had conversations before.
mm-hmm.
How did you think she wasn't gonna find out that you went out of town with Victoria?
Right.
exactly, somebody was gonna say something. If even if it wasn't Elena, it could have been Nicholas. It could have been
Mm-hmm.
anybody in that town that knows that Victoria, the CEO, headed to LA, and coincidentally, so did Nate. Come on.
Right.
Right.
He's an
And
idiot.
he is. He
Yeah.
should. And then gonna try to say, okay, when I get back, I'm gonna take you out of town. Oh, so that's gonna help your guilty conscience, huh?
Right.
Right. At this point, you just need to break up with her
Yep.
because you clearly can't keep your hands off Victoria. Just break up
No.
with her.
Exactly. And you don't need to be using the dipstick that you put in one oil vase in a different oil vase because the oils will contaminate. I'm just saying.
Trish is a mess.
I mean, y'all know women are picky about the shoes they put on their feet, just like they said in that movie Clueless. We all
Oh,
know. So
oh
if you
my
think we're not
goodness.
picky about everything else, think again. Most of us are.
Oh my goodness. J Money said for Trish, Nate may not be on Victoria's level as an executive, but he's no slouch. A former incredibly successful, handsome doctor and now in business, Victoria finds that very attractive.
Oh, of course, yes. Nate is absolutely smart. I mean, y'all know. I think Nate's absolutely gorgeous. But I know he belongs to someone else around here. But
Oh,
yes, I,
did you see what J
yes,
Money wrote? Talking about Nate dipping his chicken drumstick in two oil baskets. Wow.
see, all of our minds are in the gutter.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
Yes,
I'm
Nate is
dying.
Nate is fantastic. But what I'm saying is, Nate may be a millionaire from his practice. Victoria she's a billionaire. I
mm,
mean, she already got the half a billion. You know she's increased that. She has her salary. She has her stock options. It's a whole nother level. That's what I was saying. And too, knowing that he has a girlfriend and that he works for her, it's just a different dynamic. And he actually has a lawsuit against her at this point.
But
who
he ain't gonna Nate
Nate,
got?
against
yeah.
Victoria.
Look at all the pressure she keeps putting on him.
Oh, I see what you
Oh
mean.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
for sure. If he decided he wanted to go that way, he
Mm-hmm.
absolutely could. But
He
he
could
doesn't because he
because he
because he
wants.
wants her.
right,
Yep,
right.
yep, yep, yep.
You are absolutely correct. That is a lawsuit all day. If he
Mm-hmm.
decided to pull, go ahead and pull that on in EEOC office. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
man, all right. Did we cover everything with that one? Oh yeah, she's having a baby girl.
Oh, Sally. Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy about that. I'm like, he got two sons,
Yeah.
and they had that, but it's gonna get ugly in May. Oh my gosh, I saw the May sweeps.
Did
Oh
you?
yeah.
Oh, give us the spoiler. Come on, come on, come on. Get up, get up.
We say a couple. Well, first of all, I'll throw one out there. I don't want to give the whole month away. But one spoiler with regards to the salary, and I mean to Sally. And if you guys don't want to hear it, then you can walk away, turn down the volume on the YouTube side or on the podcast side. But here we go. All right. So it looked like Victor is going to pay Sally to give up that baby to Adam and try to get her away from her own child. That is
What?
horrible. I'm like,
Why would
Um,
you think Sally would even consider that?
and of course, she's going to be upset. She's going to tell Nicholas about it. He's going to try to go and confront his dad. She's wanting to stop him. I'm like, really, writers? That's what we doing? That's what we
Wow.
doing. You
Victor
going
really thinks he really thinks that Sally's a gold digger.
Yeah, he figured he could pay her enough money to get that kid away from her.
That's that's insane.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
it? I mean, she didn't take
diabolical.
the money from Nick. She
Like
didn't take
what?
the house from Adam. She hasn't taken anything.
Yeah. What reason would she have to agree to that too? Like, how does that benefit her?
Who?
Just
Uh,
Right.
because of the money?
She'll make
yeah,
her own money.
Right.
yeah. I mean, my thing is either one of those. Because remember, Nicholas warned Victor this past week. You do something, it's going to end up keeping your grandkid away from you. When Adam
Yeah.
finds out about this, that because you Adam don't want that baby taken away from Sally.
No.
And I mean, they talking about. I mean, he tried to buy her a house and with a pretty yard and talking about baby rooms and all this other kind of stuff. And you think that he's gonna be okay with Victor saying, "Here, take a couple bucks and get the heck out of town and get a baby to his father."
Right.
That's crazy. I was like, yeah, you shouldn't have fired the five writers back in February. That's what,
Right.
because that's crazy to me. Smaller spoilers that's coming up is Devon's mom is coming back to town,
Oh, I
Yolanda.
saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's coming back. Shamar will be back. And then Diane should be out pretty soon. So, and I know you don't like that, Trish, but oh well.
No, she can get out. She's been humiliated enough. She can get out now, but y'all know, I mean, y'all all know, I know y'all make fun of me, but I just love Phyllis's character. I don't know. I mean, yeah, she's nuts. But I love Phyllis. She's so entertaining. So I can't wait to see what she does next. And as far as Diane and Jack go, I mean, as long as they don't put Jack with Phyllis again, I'm fine. I mean, it just gets annoying because I realize that obviously everyone's done a bunch of stuff, but I just think the way Diane waltzed in and everybody was just like, "Oh, hey," it's just
Yeah.
like whatever. No, But yeah, they can have whatever. I
Maybe
love
a
Susan Walters though and Peter Bergman.
Listen, maybe they should let both Sheila and Diane out at the same time.
No,
Oh
Sheila,
Lord.
no.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
JT.
What you say?
Did you say JT's
Yeah, he'll be
coming back
back.
too?
I think he'll be back next. He'll be here next week, actually.
Uh,
Okay.
Miss Elena is gonna make that happen.
so, what do y'all think about seeing Elena try to play a bad person? I mean, she's just a good person. I don't know how she's going to pull this off, but it'll be fun to see it.
Uh,
Um,
oh, look at that. We
I
said the
don't.
same thing.
I don't know. I don't know necessarily that she'd be playing a bad person. Just a little mischievous, I guess, with this whole JT stunt
Mm-hmm.
that she's gonna pull.
Okay.
Like I don't see her being. I don't see her going to like the lows of like some of the stuff that the old Summer used to do, or some of the things that Steffi used to do, like back in her younger days when she was trying to do anything she could to get lean. Like I don't see her being that kind of person.
Uh huh.
I just see this whole thing as I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I think she knows. She kind of knows that what she's doing will probably make Victoria mad, but she's not really doing anything wrong. Like there's no laws against what she's doing. There's no like moral. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I don't. The way I look at it is that maybe she doesn't know the extent to the harm that JT did to Victoria, and maybe she's not aware of the fact that he was physically abusive to her or something. And I realize everybody's, you pass it off on the stupid brain tumor storyline,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, maybe she doesn't quite grasp the level of fear and harm that JT put Victoria through. I don't know.
Yeah,
Was
I
she
go ahead.
was she in town when all that happened
I
yet?
don't
Has
think
she been
I
in
so.
don't
town
think
yet?
so.
I don't think
Okay.
so. My thing is her intent, because this
Mhm.
is it looks nefarious because of the fact that she's not doing this because she actually truly want to get to know JT and do this whole podcast. She doing this as a distraction for Victoria, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yes.
going to trigger her. And for her to do that, she's only signing away her relationship, because when Nate find out about this, especially after he
Yeah.
then, you know, did the do in L.A., he ain't gonna be too happy with that girl. You might as well pack
Yeah.
your stuff up and get the French toast out.
Well, it don't matter at this point because I mean, you see, he's getting
Yeah,
ready to
both
cheat
of
on her
them.
anyway.
Exactly. They both need to just be done at this point.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he should have been done a while ago, because he's been thirsting over Victoria for weeks. And as for, I mean, Elena has been just trying to hang in there and trying to, what's going on with you and Victoria? I mean, yeah, Victoria, what's going on? And he's like, oh, nothing. This is my job. I'm just trying to impress the boss. Oh, you're trying to
Right.
impress the boss, all right. So,
Right.
but what were you about to say, Keisha?
Who?
I thought you were
I
about to
wasn't
say.
about to say nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, pretty much I would just say that relationship is over.
I
Over,
think you're
over.
right.
What'd you say, Trish?
I think you're right. I mean, I'm over it. Aren't y'all?
Yeah, I mean, there's no chemistry anymore. I mean, they pretty much
Zero.
watered down that relationship after a while before they started the Victoria and Nate storyline. So it was
Yep.
like, it looked like wherever they put Elena, even with Devon, it was still, it just wasn't no spark there.
I mean, is Elena Eeyore from Pooh?
What? No, you didn't. Oh my God, Trish.
I don't
Oh
think Elena's
no.
mopey. Do you think she's mopey?
I don't think
No,
she's
not
I
mopey.
saw.
just
I
always
will.
kind of like a downer.
Yeah, I will say this whole JT thing might spice up her character a little
I hope
because
so.
she's doing something like out of character for her character, for
Yeah.
that character,
Yes.
because she's intentionally, bringing some drama to town with
I,
JT.
honestly, I just don't think they gave her a good storyline. Brittany
Right.
Sarpy, because wasn't she on General Hospital before she came over?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so. And so I would think she had a whole different persona on that soap over there. I just think the Young and the Restless writers just haven't really given her any exciting storylines to chew on.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
definitely not using her to her full capacity. I would love to see her get some kind of a different storyline.
now,
Yeah.
like I think that was you, Keisha, that just said maybe bringing back JT would cause something, but I just see a lot of heartache in this one.
Oh yeah,
I'm
for sure.
one, not only from Victoria, but this is going to destroy her relationship. Besides what Nate is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to see her get spicy though when it comes to Victoria. Like,
Me too.
I want to see her cuss Victoria out or them
Me
get in an
too.
argument or something. Like, I want to see Elena not be the not so the not sweet person
Don't
that
be
she always
nice.
is.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
don't be
Mm-hmm.
nice. Um, there, I would love to see that too, Keisha. And I think too, I think it would be fun if Elena just basically blurted out in front of everybody at some kind of a social event and about her stalking Nate and going after Nate. And are you happy you finally got what you wanted? And
Yeah,
don't,
that would be interesting.
yeah, call her out in front of the whole town.
Yeah. Who is that? Bree said honestly she's surprised Elena lasted this long.
I am too. I thought that they would have dropped her character some years ago after her, was it her uncle that she was caring
Right,
for?
right.
After him and Anna left,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that her character wasn't going to be too far behind. I'm glad they kept her.
Me too.
I
Just give
just
her a
want them.
storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just need better. She needs some stuff to chew on, and they're not. I guess maybe this was probably going to be the most spiciest thing with this whole JT situation coming up, but I think it's a little too late at this
Mm-hmm.
point. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Maybe.
know.
I
I
don't think so. I
you
think
you think
I think there's I think the writers can always, um, if they put their mind to it, put together a good storyline for somebody. They just have to put the effort in, and I feel like for some characters they just don't. They don't put the effort in for whatever reason.
Is it a they though, or is it just a him?
Or him, I guess.
Is there? I mean, do we need to start? Do we continue to start doing storylines for Y and R?
yeah, girl. Oh. Well, I will say, just throwing another thing out there, Victor gonna find out about the two of them though.
The two
Good.
who? Oh, Nate
Nate
and
and Victoria.
Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Victor always find out about the little hookups, don't he?
Man, I
Right.
know he looking at his kids like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah. Didn't need to know all of this.
Right.
Right. I mean, he walked in on Abby and Devon. Nicholas is in this whole what you call it, brother husbands or something. And then you got Victoria, sleeping with CEO of Newman Media. Wait a minute, let's take this a different direction with the same storyline because Nicholas is a big old hypocrite.
Oh, absolutely.
Was Victoria?
Yeah, because he's sitting up there trying to tell her not to do this when you did the exact same thing.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna tell her about sleeping with somebody at work when you were sleeping with Sally at work on that couch over in Newman Media's office? Only
Right.
difference is she had the desk at work and he had the couch.
They were just all a bunch of ho ho hos.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you are too funny. Oh man, but yeah, I'm looking at Nicholas like, really, dude. First, go fix the own, mess that you got in your own backyard. I mean, not saying what Victoria is doing is right, but it's like you trying to tell her what not to do when you got a whole mess going on over there with your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it goes somewhere and takes several seats.
Yes.
All right, let's move it along. What did y'all think about that argument between Michael and Lauren?
I thought I'm with Lauren, even though we all know the reality of the situation because we're seeing all sides of it. Thinking that your best friend is dead and then defending the person who it looks like is responsible for it, I'd be livid. I think I'd have to go stay at a hotel. I don't think I could look at him.
See, this is the big issue that I have with on this whole storyline. Her actions is destroying. She
Yep.
think it's only affecting Diane. It's
Right.
having a domino effect on multiple relationships.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm like, I don't. Whatever happens in Phyllis at this point, it's on her because
It's all on her.
it's all on her. But we gonna get there because I know we got a lot to unpack with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this whole thing with Mike, I can see Michael's point too because he was friends with both ladies. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's like, I'm also attorney. Everybody needs representation. It's kind of like almost how Finn saved Sheila's life. He saved it because that's his job, not because he really liked Sheila Carter. So
Mm-hmm.
now you got him on the legal side, like, hey, everybody need representation, and why not me do it? Because if she did, I need to make sure she get behind bars. So, I mean, what your thought is on that, Keisha?
Um, I feel like for the sake of his marriage, and I don't know, I feel like because his wife had such strong feelings about it, he should not have taken the case. And if he wanted to help Diane, refer her to the next best legal or attorney that he knows of.
Right.
I'm
Because
laughing.
why?
I'm laughing because Liam got such strong feelings about her working with Thomas too. But go
That's a little
ahead.
bit different situation there. We're talking about a case of assumed of what we think was possible was murder.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a million attorneys in this country. Michael isn't the only good attorney um, that can help Diane. I say that he just help her find a good attorney and let that attorney take care of it. That way, it's not affecting his relationship with his wife
But
because
that's
it's clearly having
mhm.
a bad effect on her. Like she feels like Diane did this.
But that's the issue because Jack said that he tried to get attorneys all over and they nobody want to take the case. So here he was the last resort. Remember, he's not the first option. He was begging Christine, he was begging everybody, and finally he was able to talk Michael into it. So,
I don't buy that for a second.
well, I mean, the
All these
way,
shark attorneys out here in this country, and
Mm-hmm.
not one of them want to touch this case.
You bet. That's money in your pocket.
Right.
yeah, but in the confounds of this storyline, there was no other options, and the way that they had to figure out a way to write Diane out of this corner. Somebody had to take the case, and the only attorney on screen is him. So the thing is that with her, and he's gonna actually, because I seen the photographs that they took for May Sweeps, and Michael is smiling, bringing Diane home, and all this so kind of stuff. Obviously he's gonna get vindicated out of all of this, and so somebody's
Yeah.
gonna a lot of people gonna have to say sorry. So.
I don't feel that way. Somebody said that in one of the group posts
Mhm.
about I think it was Summer. They said Summer is gonna have to apologize to Kyle after she finds out what happened. And I don't agree with that because Summer is believing the evidence that has been presented, which right now, well, she knows now, but before, what it looked like was Diane did something to her mother.
Right.
So her being upset about that and the way that she was dealing with her mom, being gone, and then the the evidence that has been shown to this point or before, yesterday,
Mhm.
looked like it was pointing to Diane. So saying that Summer owes Kyle an apology for a scam or a scheme that her mom set up, in my opinion, I don't think she should have to. Would she? I'm sure she will say she's sorry now that she knows the truth. But it's not a you owe him an apology. No, you don't. Nobody does because everybody looked to what the evidence was, and the evidence that was planted on Diane shows that she did it. So I don't think that's a you owe. A lot of people will be saying sorry, but I don't think it's a you owe her an apology.
Well, what she gonna
That's
have
just
to
my
owe
take
an
on it.
apology for is after she found out she didn't say anything right away to anybody. And if I was her and she decided to keep that secret, you might as well go file the divorce papers and hand deliver him right to Audra, because I mean at this point, how can Kyle? Because it's gonna be a little bit. I don't know if this is gonna be. I don't know if she coming home next week or the week after.
Mm-hmm.
But for her to know for whatever period of time, and maybe Kyle might just be happy, But this is one thing that she asked for, which is Kyle to not keep any secrets. And now she got a
Mm-hmm.
huge one that affects his mother. And because she didn't say anything about it for whatever period of time, I don't know, Kyle might get her the side eye on that one.
I'm curious to see how long they have her keep that
Yeah, me too.
secret,
Yeah.
because right now it's still the same day.
Right, exactly.
And she tried telling
Daniel.
um, Daniel, and he didn't believe her. He, just thinks that she's imagining things.
See, and that's the other thing. She told her, "You can't tell nobody.
Yeah,
You didn't confess to the M word that you did, and technically it was self-defense all day."
Right.
it was.
And I'm
It
like,
was. That's why this is so frustrating. That's why the way the story is being written is so stupid and it's frustrating.
it's very to say anything. And I'm like, "Girl, this is an easy layup.
Right.
Right.
Just go up in there and say this man had framed me and all of this, and he tried to attack me, and he tried to he tried to stick me with scissors, and I had to defend myself. They won't care about none of that. It's
Right.
self-defense. And so for the writers to make it look like they nobody would believe me, are you serious? But I mean, okay, let's dissect this a little bit because I think this is the biggest part of this whole week. My
Mm-hmm.
question to you guys, Trish and Keisha, okay, with the other extenuating circumstances with the poison and things that happened prior to what happened with between the unaliving of Jeremy Stark, would that raise suspicions to the cops? Is that what she's worried about? What are we missing here? Because I mean, other than that, the bathroom scene is self-defense.
I don't even think that she's thinking about this stuff prior to, because even she could even blame that on I was being threatened. I was being threatened. Like
That's
she could
true.
say that Jeremy was threatening her the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
threatening to harm like people that she loved or whatever if she didn't go along with it. Because that to me that would be realistic, because what sense did it make for her to marry him
Right.
when there was no, romantic relationship going on before anybody knew that they had legally gotten married? So I think that she would have easily been able to say he was threatening me and that's why I did all of those things that I did leading up to, because he had, his little cronies working for him behind the scenes, and I felt like I had no choice, so that's why I went along with it.
I
Gotcha.
So
mean,
I don't know.
What you got,
you know,
Trish?
she could even say, and the storyline actually could have been that he had been slowly poisoning her
Mm-hmm.
and controlling her the whole
Yep.
time, and then the fatal dose going into the whole setup to frame
Yep.
Diane. I
But
mean,
but
it
then how
really
did?
dropped
Oh
the
yeah,
ball on
that's right.
Trump.
That's right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Because then she could blame all that planted evidence on Jeremy, who now can't even speak up for himself.
Every
Right.
bit of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
he
So
told
annoying.
me to take the stuff over there, or he would hurt me, and I planted the stuff in Diane's room, and all of that. The what about the poison that was in the mask? Oh, he put that in there, and
Yep.
I had to do it. I mean, they could have definitely put it exactly like the two of you just said.
Yep.
We need to be hired as writers, and we'll take about
Exactly.
500 a day. And
Oh my goodness, that's funny. We
Yeah.
do.
I was surprised when she confessed everything exactly the way it happened to Summer, because I
yeah,
I just knew she was going to blame it on Jeremy, but she told Summer the actual truth of how, that she was working with him to set up Diane, but then she changed her mind after she realized her kids, you know, really did love her. When she was saying all this to Summer, when she said that she came to the realization that her and Daniel really loves her and that they weren't mad at her anymore. I'm like, this woman has the brain of a 14-year-old child. Because that's
Exactly.
something that sounds like a little teenage boy or girl would say about their friends. Oh, I didn't think you guys liked me anymore, so that's why I did it.
Right.
Like, woman,
They're your
come
kid.
on.
I mean, listen, I got 20-year-olds, and sometimes we have our issues, but they would never think that. Oh, I would never think, oh my God, they just hate me and they don't want to be around me anymore. That is just ludicrous for them to have
It
that written
is.
like that.
And then the way that she looked at Summer when Summer said, so Diane is in jail for something she didn't do. And she made this face at Summer like,
Are you
oh,
kidding?
she's not, yeah, like, are you kidding me? And
Well,
still defending her kind of face.
well, look at
Yep.
Mary Hilburn said Phyllis still hates Diane more than she really loves her family and friends. She's not thinking right.
Yes.
She does.
That
None of
is
this has taught her anything.
No,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, she's
She has
still
not grown at all from this situation.
Mm-mm.
nothing. I mean, you didn't unalive somebody. You didn't have poison in your system. You created this whole plan. Somebody is actually dead because I think the driver got killed. I mean, your friends, relationships, and marriages are falling apart in town. Your daughter is just lost it. Her own brother thinks she belongs in the same hospital
Yeah.
as Chelsea. And it's like, and she's still like, no, I got Diane has to pay. And I'm like, oh my God.
When
Like,
she said to Summer, you have to make a choice between saving me or saving your mother-in-law, I was too through with her. Like, I was just floored. Like, you put your kids through hell right
yeah.
now
Right.
because they thought you had passed away. They thought you were unalived by someone else. Um, and then you're going to show back up and tell your daughter you're not allowed to tell anybody about this because if you do, I'm going to jail. So you basically have to keep a secret from, like you said, from her husband because that's his mom that is affected by this. Keep a secret from, you expect her to keep the secret from her brother, who she told Phyllis, Daniel is in like serious pain, like he's going through it.
Right.
And she doesn't even care enough about that to say, to at least say, okay,
Keisha.
you can tell your brother.
Keisha, did you hear what she said? I don't want to tell Daniel because he might do the right thing.
Yep.
Yep.
That was horrible. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I I actually laughed out loud.
It's crazy though to put that kind of pressure and stress on your child,
Mm-hmm.
and then told them. Then in the same conversation, had the nerve to still Diane, faked her own death and left her child. And someone's like, "You're doing the same thing." Well, my kids are adults.
Yeah.
They can handle it.
So
Like what?
yeah, she
Right.
dismissed, and she basically dismissed her kids' feelings on that.
She did. And
Completely.
in my opinion, and I don't know, maybe everybody doesn't feel this way, but I think experiencing it as an adult who is fully, can understand those kind of situations is
Mm-hmm.
probably a little bit harder than if you experience it as a child, where you don't really fully grasp the feeling. I don't know. That's just from my
That
experience.
you know what the pain because I mean I've seen it on the kid side as well. The pain is the pain, and for
Yeah.
Phyllis to kind of minimize because you're an adult versus a kid, you looking out for Kyle who's already gotten over it. That's his cross to bear with his
Mhm.
mom. I can't
Mhm.
believe she did this to her own child. What the heck did you just do to your kids?
Exactly.
Girl, I said whoever wrote this, somebody got some sadistic minds going on because that right there was crazy to me. And then to go,
That is some of the most narcissistic,
yes,
self-centered, just completely selfish actions going on with her.
And y'all, she would never do this with her kids. Like I mean, Phyllis, she may screw up a lot of stuff, but she would not do this to her children. Think back about all the things that she gave up along the way, the things that she did to make sure that they had this, that, or whatever. Think back to all that stuff. She's never done anything like this to her kids before, has she? Am I just completely misremembering?
No, I don't think she has that I can remember.
It's always been protective mama bear. Where is
Right.
this coming from? They're basically, I don't, I just, it's the writer's fault.
Yeah, I mean, and if I
What's the
was,
bench ready?
and it's, to me that would be hard for me to play that role. I know that Michelle Stafford is a avid mom with her two kids already, and to sit up there and to say, I know it's acting, but it's like, oh my God, this storyline is just way off the rails,
It's whack.
Yeah.
and
I'm
it's,
like, how are they gonna get her out of this now?
Right.
I mean, the only way to get her out of this, if she, now that she's free and the body done turned up or whatever with Jeremy on, and she talking about, I need more time. You can't say anything. I mean, she putting Summer in a terrible position.
Horrible.
Yep.
And if you needed more time, then you should have just kept this to yourself until you figured out a way, instead of bringing your daughter into it
Yep.
and basically making her a liar.
Yeah, because I mean, it's one thing for her not wanting Kyle to know. You can't even tell your brother. That's the other part. I mean, Daniel is struggling and falling apart and all this, so much so he really truly thinks his mom is gone, because he looking at Summer like, yeah, you need some help.
Yeah, yep.
He
Yeah.
was, he was definitely.
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're going to see Daniel or somebody, or never, like, this is our relationship is over, because
Mm-hmm.
you cannot possibly come to me and tell me all this information and expect me to keep it to myself without losing my mind,
Yeah.
especially keeping it from my sibling.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
Brooklyn.
there's no way.
Brooklyn Rayna said one writer is awful for the writing for YNR. That's that Josh Griffith.
It's
Josh,
ridiculous.
that's ridiculous. It really is. I mean, just as bad as this upcoming storyline with paying Sally to get away from her kid. I mean, who in their right mind would come up with that?
Mm.
So anywho, then that leads us over to all this drama going on at the Abbott mansion, because I mean, Ashley and Jack are
Y'all,
going at it.
I mean, today,
Mhm.
when I saw Tucker at the door with his one suitcase, I just started laughing. I was like, oh, Jack is going to absolutely have
Lose his
a
mind.
fit. I mean, it was, I'm in this one, man. This is going to be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I even said on my recap today, I said, well, when Jack finds out, make sure there's no knives or hot coffee anywhere.
Yeah, and then on
Right.
the preview, it was like, hey, you want some coffee?
I know. That guy that plays Tucker is hilarious.
He's really
He
great.
is.
I
He
like
really,
that guy.
yes.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, he can play the funny guy, he can play the sensual guy, he can play the business guy, he can go up
The
against a
jerk.
rival. He's just many faceted.
He's great.
Yeah.
Mhm. They got the right guy for that
They did.
part. I mean, that dude obviously must have did some comedy somewhere.
Right? But hey, it's Friday night. Cheers to him. Clink.
But yeah, these two are trying to throw each other out of the house.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
It is pretty
No,
funny.
you get out. No, you get out.
I'm not getting out.
So she got the bright idea to say, all right, cool. If you can have Diane up in this house, I'm bringing Tucker in here.
And y'all, honestly, y'all remember we predicted this like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
was moving in that house.
that's going to be a hot mess. And especially not only the fact that those two are going up against each other, when Diane comes home, Diane and Tucker got history too.
Yep.
Yep.
And I feel the only person I really feel sorry for, because that whole thing with Summer is ridiculous. Kyle's gonna be looking like, what type of sideshow circus is going on up in here?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
my
okay.
my wife is lying to me. My dad and my aunt is arguing, and my mom and the dude who held some over her head in LA, he's living in the house under with the rest of us. I'll be like, you know what? I need to get my own place.
So, do you guys think that either of them are wrong for moving Diane or Tucker in? Because I don't. Is that house in all of their names, or is it just
I think it's
in
in an
Jack's
estate.
name?
No, it's not in
Okay.
their names. I think it's in the estate of John Abbott, and in the will
Mm-hmm.
it said that his children would always have a place to live there, and so that's why Jack doesn't have any say, and Ashley
Okay.
doesn't have any say, and
Yeah.
nobody, Billy nor Kyle, nobody has a say. Tracy, none of them.
So, in my opinion, because it's arranged that way, if you're getting ready to marry somebody, then you need to move out and get your own property. I don't feel like they should be able to move people into that house unless everybody agrees. If everybody was in agreement, different story. But if somebody has an issue with that other person, which he knows that Ashley and Diane absolutely hate each other, he
Mm-hmm.
should never have moved Diane into that house. That wasn't fair. And vice versa.
Right, I agree with you, Keish. And at the same time, he's the oldest, and he's entitled, and everybody is supposed to fall in line. And I know this because I'm the youngest of 10, and the older one, absolutely, it was like, man, you fall in line, or you we're gonna go out back and have a conversation. That's not gonna be a conversation with words.
Wow.
It was mess.
Can we
Yeah,
give a shout out to Billy this week? Because it seemed like he was the voice of reason for a
Yeah,
change
it
for
did.
Kyle and
out of
Jack.
left field.
That came out. They just did a shift in his character.
I
Who?
liked it.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, he seems so much more mellow. He's not the risky, off the cuff wild side Billy. The dude went to work. He's working late hours. He giving good advice. I'm like, is that Billy?
Oh, yeah.
Coming into his own.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, but yeah, that like you said, Trish, that whole thing with Diane and Jack and Ashley and Tucker living in the same house, boy, 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 that is going to be a smoke show.
Yep, it is absolutely, and I am definitely tuning in.
Yep,
Yep.
yep, yep. Jay Money said
So
Harris.
much petty.
I know, right?
Yes, 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 Keish, yes.
I'm glad though that Tucker understands why she's doing it and that it's not going to be something that blows up in her face on Tucker's end of the whole thing. Like
Right.
I'm glad that he knows up front that this is part of the reason why she's asking him to move in.
I do too. I like that too.
Yeah. Um, Jay Money says that Harris. What did he say about Harrison? Hold on. I just saw it. It kind of scrolled. Harrison is going to grow up to be very troubled looking at everything he's been through at such a young age. Can you imagine that little boy seeing what's going on up in that house? People yelling, screaming, moving people in. Like, poor kid. He's probably looking like, what is going on?
You
Right.
know, I hope that the walls to his bedroom and playroom are, nice and thick, and I hope that there's a couple of nannies that insulate him. I mean, I'm sure there have to be, right?
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah.
know what I would say if they created a future villain? You know who it would probably be because of genetics? Lucy.
Yes.
You got Phyllis and Sheila Carter as your grandmothers. If they really wanted to make a villain and make it inherited, oh my God. You got two crazy grandmas.
Yeah.
That would
That's
be.
not
Poor thing.
DNA. That's the DNA B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P.
Oh man, you know what? And that would be pretty darn interesting. They'd be like, dang, what's going on with Lucy? And she got traits from Sheila and narcissistic traits from Phyllis. Woo, that would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, anywho. All right, did we cover everything this week? We didn't get to see any Devon and Abby this week, right?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to see. Oh, Sharon and Chance went on a date, which was not exciting to me, but
It was more like a conversation somewhere outside the coffee house, wasn't it?
exactly. I
Oh, that
know.
was their date?
What?
That was their date?
Yes, that was a date.
Oh, I thought
Wow.
they were just sitting there talking.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't that.
Exactly.
It was underwhelming.
Mhm.
Oh
Yikes.
my gosh, yeah. So that was their little date, and he was all
It was
excited.
that date was equivalent to elevator music.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that is so funny. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Make sure we covered everything. Yeah, like we did. Okay, so before we move on to the bold and the beautiful, make sure you guys all almost 60 of you on the chat on the YouTube side hit that like button, please, pretty please, so it can let the algorithm know that to share the content. And also, I want to do a little bit of an intermission in regards to the daytime Emmy nominations. Did you guys see them?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm surprised. Look, it says Bold got 14, Young and the Restless got 13, and I think it comes out in June. Um, for on CBS actually. But you know who got the most storyline? I think I saw this in the chat. 2022 on the Bold and the Beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
Thomas or Matt Atkinson and Sheila Carter, which of course Kimberly Brown, they got the most airtime, but did not get a nomination.
Oh
I
wow.
thought I thought Matt Atkinson did for some reason. I'm surprised that Kimberly Brown didn't.
Yeah, she got one last year, but she didn't get one this year.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Surprising.
to I'm trying to make sure. Hold on, because from what I understand, they did not. Okay, here we go. Yep, I'm looking at. Okay, so lead. Okay, here we go. Lead performance in a drama. Sharon, Chelsea, and Steffi and Phyllis. They all in the same category. Oh my goodness.
Mm.
And then lead performing actor, Jack, Ridge, and Billy.
Mm.
Actress, General Hospital Days. Oh, only Krista Allen is the only one that's got supporting performance nomination. Actress. Actor would have been, dang, for
Looks
actor
like none of them.
nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Younger kid, younger performer was Douglas, which of course Douglas got to be in there. That boy killed it last year.
Yeah.
This is adorable.
Adorable, exactly. Guest performance, Ashland Locke, which he should because he did really good last year. The guy Robert Newman
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Grace Buckingham. Grace Buckingham got a nomination.
Why?
Yeah, I'm surprised about that too because I didn't really feel like she was on there that enough to get a.
Mm-mm.
I would
I
have
mean,
thought.
not per the rules, but just the moments that she was on there. I just didn't remember it being that impactful.
Uh,
Listen, the other thing is, why didn't they give it to Lee? Lee fell into a fiery lake. You got to
right.
get
And
us.
came out looking like he was one of the little kids coming out of the chimney on what was that, Mary Poppins? You know,
I
she was all
wonder.
disheveled, all dirt all over her face, and
I wonder if it has to do with their status on the show. Maybe her status is different, and she wouldn't be allowed to be nominated as a guest actor.
I
maybe so.
guess. I mean, you had people come and go on The Young and the Restless as a guest too, and they got nothing. They didn't even place in that position. I'm trying to see. Writing team, Bold, and Young and the Restless got a nomination. No surprise there. I think, is that everybody individually? Yeah, so no Matt Atkinson and no Kimberly Brown this year. Oh my God.
Interesting.
Matt Atkinson and that whole CPS call with the wedding situation. Maybe people were upset that he was obsessed because a lot of people wasn't happy with Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I don't know if that had an impact. Oh
I
my
mean, he
God.
got. Didn't he get nominated the year that he did the whole baby kidnapping
I don't remember.
storyline? I thought.
Jay Money said that Lee came out looking like a Shaolin warrior
Mm-mm.
when she came out that out of the
The alley
alley.
behind the trash.
I mean, at least what about Finn getting coming back from the dead and having a bullet put in his belly? They could have gave
Right.
gave what is his real name? Tanner Novlin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Gave him something. I'm shocked at that. I'm shocked at Matt. I thought sure, him and Kimberlin would have been nominated. Not at all. Maybe people got pissed off, but that didn't
Yeah.
happen to 2023 with the Bill and Sheila story. Mm, that's weird.
I definitely would have supported the actress that plays Lee as at least the best supporting actress
Mm-hmm.
because I like Krista Allen. I like the Taylor character, but I didn't really feel like there was anything
Profound.
yeah that she did since she's been on the show. This last year.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Lee went through, like you said, went through the whole thing with Finn,
Oh, Jay
and
Money
then like,
said Matt did get one last year because of the mannequin storyline alone. Wow. He had to
okay.
kiss a mannequin to get a nomination, but the CPS call wasn't good enough, huh? Okay.
I mean, I guess last year he was a little more on the weird side
Mm-hmm.
than he was this year.
Gotcha. I didn't even read the summary for this coming week because I mean, like you can't have missed this, Keish, but I told Trish that it seemed Bold seemed kind of slow this week for me. What about you?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, other than I guess RJ coming back,
Yeah, but
it
they
was pretty
spent 3
slow.
days on that, girl.
Yeah,
They were in that office, in the CEO office, from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
yeah. I guess it was kind of a slow week.
Yeah, that went way too long.
That was
Yeah, it
way
did.
too long. And then it was a kind of a want moment because a lot of people wanted to see the contention that they were always talking about leading up to that. And then
Mm-hmm.
come to find out, both Thomas and RJ are like, "Oh, we're good. We're fine. If our moms can do it, we can too." I'm like,
For
"Okay,
now,
for now." But
Right.
The May sweeps are saying that they're working together. So I'm like, okay. I thought
I
that's
had
some.
this feeling that
Mhm.
there's going to be a little dust up or something with them. Just because I feel like Thomas is going to me, it seems like there could be some small tinge of jealousy that
Mhm.
could probably sprout
Mhm.
with him being, Ridge Jr. and them wanting him to come and work at the company. It seemed like Thomas was hesitant to say, "Oh yeah, come and work at Forrester with everybody else." He was kind of like, "Well, let's not make him, let's not pressure him to work here if that's not what he wants to do." It was almost as if he didn't really want him around. So I wonder if maybe they're going to have something. I hope that they don't, because I would like to see, Thomas and his brother get along. I
Mhm.
don't want them to drag Thomas back to the
To
being
the
a jerk.
dark side.
Yeah, because they're gonna make him the villain out of the situation because
Right.
Brooke's kids are always angels.
Right.
Um,
So annoying.
yeah.
Okay, let me
So
go ahead and read the summary for this week, and then we can break down the rest of this stuff.
okay.
RJ family. RJ's family are thrilled to welcome him back, but Taylor and Thomas both wonder how his return will affect them. Liam worries to Steffi that something is off with Hope, and Ridge begs RJ on repeat to come to work with him. Thomas apologizes to RJ. Wyatt gets into Liam for missing work, and Ridge declares he has not two families but one blended one. Steffi berates Sheila in prison, who gives her a warning, and Bill visualizes his future with Katie for his sons. And Mike doubts Sheila planned to escape, and Sheila receives a surprise visitor, of course, Mike, and Katie turns Bill advances down. All right, let's just go ahead and knock out this Bill and Katie thing, cause her and Carter.
Boo.
Oh, what you say, boo?
Yeah.
What? Why you say boo, girl?
Because why? For what reason did Katie need to go have dinner with Bill?
Oh.
If you don't want to be with that man, say I don't want to be with you. Leave me alone. I'm not having dinner with you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's the point? I would have been
Mm-hmm.
pissed if I was Carter, and I would have told Katie, "No, I don't want you going to have dinner with him because you have no reason to. Because according to you, you don't want to be with him."
Wow. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean,
Katie wants to protest too much because I think she does want to be with him.
I honestly think a part of her wants to be with Bill too.
She
Why?
always wants to be with Bill, which
Yep.
is stupid because Bill always lets her down, and it's
Yep.
stupid because Bill literally said she heard Bill say to Brooke, "You're the love of my life."
Yep.
She heard him say that to her, and for some reason, she still wants to be with him, and I'm floored. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I
well,
just
she
don't get
shouldn't
it.
have never kissed that dude in the first place. When he came back and she fell in love with the whole hero complex. And you gave that man false hope. You shouldn't have. She walked over there. Carter left the room. She slapped him, and then she pulled him in for a kiss. Now
That's
Bill,
always. I'm sorry.
no, I was just gonna say Bill got false hope. Go ahead,
That to
Trish.
me, that's always the dumbest scene. Oh, I'm gonna slap you. Okay, now I'm gonna kiss you. That is.
That was stupid.
That's
And
just
now I'm in love
stupid.
with Carter.
Yeah, we're not in like 1962. Let's in the year we're in now. If you're gonna slap somebody, you're gonna slap them. Then you're gonna look at them, and if you do still love them, I mean, I don't know. I don't. It just doesn't happen. Does that happen to you guys in real life? Honestly, have you done that?
No,
No.
No.
no, and I ain't finna lay hands on somebody anyway.
Right.
So,
Well, and not only that, it's like, does this really happen? I mean, come on. Maybe it
Right.
oh,
does.
Bree said the writers didn't even care to show a love making scene between the two of them. She just wake up in bed with him, and then she had the nerve to ask, "How was it with Quinn?"
Yeah, that
That
was
was
weird.
That was
weird.
weird.
It was very weird.
It's like this is not the right time to be asking about his ex.
There
Right.
is no right time, is there?
No, I mean I do know people discuss their exes, but not after you just slept with your current guy.
And I'm definitely not going to ask you how the sex was.
No.
Right.
I don't want to know
No.
that.
I mean, so okay, so this will sound really stupid. Maybe it will sound stupid. Maybe it doesn't. But okay, so if you if you have sex with a person
Mm-hmm.
and you have your way of having sex, would
Okay,
you
hold
then?
on, hold on, hold on. Use the word intimacy. I don't want to get flagged.
Oh, great idea. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you're being intimate with someone.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's your form of, like, that's your way of expressing yourself when you're intimate, would you express yourself in that way with another person, or would it be a different physical intimacy?
That's a
You
good
know what I'm saying?
question.
Like your likes, your dislikes, that kind of thing.
I feel like you're going to do what you like regardless.
So then it wouldn't be different?
I wonder if she was more so asking how was Quinn herself and not necessarily. I guess that's how I looked at it.
And either way, it's still weird
It
to
is,
ask
yes.
that right
Either
after
way.
you're intimate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. That was an odd scene.
Yeah,
Odd
Yes.
moment.
very, very. I mean, at least give us some body movement with Carter. I mean, I know Bree was hoping for that. Ain't that right, Bree? I know you probably heard what I said. Let me know what your thoughts is. You probably want to see a little bit more of Carter.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, whoops.
yeah, I don't know. She shouldn't have even gave Bill any false hope on that. I'm just and then Bill is got pictures sitting up. He's bragging to his sons about what he gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
and then he fell right on his face.
Yeah. I If they do this to Carter again, I'm like, yeah, they might as well just take Carter off that show because they have been jerking him around for I don't know how many years now. When it comes to love interests, they put him
Mm-hmm.
with somebody, and 2 seconds later, they snatch that person away. So I'm hoping that this is just a tease, and they are not really about to break Katie and Carter up to put her back with Bill because history has shown us her and Bill never work out because
Mm-hmm.
at some point Bill gets obsessed about Brooke and wants to be with Brooke, and it's
Mm.
gonna happen again.
Of course.
But in the beginning, Bill didn't like Brooke. Like, he really did not like Brooke. She annoyed him.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
I remember.
yeah, and that's what I don't understand there. And then the one thing that I don't get about Carter is that Carter has actually said over and over and over again that he wants a family, meaning he
Mm-hmm.
wants to have kids. He wants to have kids. He and Katie aren't going to have kids.
I think he's got the best shot with her though, because I think Katie is supposed to be in her 40s, maybe.
But wasn't it like a miracle that she had Will to begin with because of the
Right, that
heart
girl, she got a
Yeah,
heart
she's
problem.
got
transplant and
health.
everything else? I
Yes,
She's
mean,
got those health issues.
right.
she can't give him what he really said he wanted. So I mean, not that you can't obviously adopt and so forth. There's all kinds of ways of having a family and having a baby.
Yeah.
But it's not just having a baby. But I'm just saying she's older and she's maybe she doesn't want to raise another child, baby and child.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like they just putting Carter where they get him in wherever he can fit in, and then he get
Pretty
dumped.
much.
So annoying. Carter deserves just such a better storyline.
Bree
Yeah, he
said,
does.
she said laughing out loud, I was very disappointed. I need to see all of Carter. Even Carter and Paris had an intimate scene.
Right.
I knew she was going. to I know she was looking forward to more of Carter. That man got a very very nice body. Oh my
Let me
He
just
god.
ask,
does.
is there anybody that like wouldn't want to see more of Carter? Because I mean, why are you here?
I mean,
Right.
and the thing is, watching him on, in his personal videos where he's at the gym working out, I can see why the man looks so good.
Oh,
His
wow.
workouts are vigorous. I mean, he be doing his thing, busting his sweat and get them abs tight. I can see exactly.
You liking those videos, huh?
Yeah. You
He
silly.
is definitely a beautiful man.
Yeah,
He
he
is
is.
absolutely
Yes, he
gorgeous.
is. I know his wife is very happy, especially she get to see all of him more than what we
Right, right,
see.
right. And he looks
Hmm.
like a really nice person too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep, yep, yep. Okay.
Good for them.
Let's move on to man. Okay, you might as well let's do Sheila. Okay, how many people are gonna keep showing up poking the bear at that prison?
How does she have so many visitors? Like, isn't there like a rule as to like how many visitors you can have? And don't you have to be there for a certain number of days before they even allow you to have visitors? She's got a lot of special perks for somebody that killed someone
She
and
really.
attempted to kill other people.
My biggest question was how was Mike able to get in to see her, another
Thank you.
prisoner?
Thank you.
Exactly.
From the men's side. That does not happen.
No.
Does not.
I mean, even Sheila didn't expect this many visitors because when the guard said you got a visitor, who is it this time? It's like,
Right.
and they just lining up talking trash to this lady, and I'm like, you do know her history. If she gets out, she coming after you guys, and Steffi just love to poke that bear, and I'm like, girl,
She was coming after them anyway.
she was gonna come after
It
them
wouldn't have mattered.
anyway, right? But the thing is that they all of them just one by one they show up and they talk crazy, and it's like, okay, keep it up.
It's
Yep.
definitely pointless. But
Mm-hmm.
And I
I
like it.
mean, who are we kidding? Sheila was gonna come out of jail and do what she was gonna do, regardless of if they went in there to visit her or not.
Right.
Yeah, but like you said, why did they? I mean, Mike Guthrie, you can't bring another inmate to visit somebody on the other side.
Exactly.
Okay, so this secret visitor that shows up, is that James Warwick? Is it Jack? Who is it?
I
Who
don't
is it?
know. I don't know
I
yet.
I don't have any guesses.
I gotta do some digging. I thought I saw something. It's hold on. Let me see. Let me see.
That
Um,
is Finn's dad's name, right? Jack?
Jack.
Jack.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what I can come up with right quick.
I done
She.
forgot all about Jack.
Yeah, oh, all right. They had teased that they were supposed to bring that man back. I guess the contract fell through. I don't know. Visitor. See if I can find anything. And anybody in the comment section. Mike was, but I thought there was another visitor that's supposed to come and see her. Was Mike the only guy, or was it somebody else?
No, there's somebody that showed up at the very end, and they showed just a shadow profile,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and you didn't get to see who it was because that was the cliffhanger.
Wait a minute. There's some comings and goings. Hold on. Let me see. And it should tell me who's coming and who going, and that'll give me. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I don't want to be stuck on this too long. Okay, Bold and the Beautiful. Mm, yeah, the only people that's coming on, they don't really have anything to do with. Because the guy from Good Times, Jimmy Walker, he'll be coming on the show
Oh yeah.
to do some, yeah,
Cool.
next week, to do some scenes with Deacon. And then some celeb.
Oh, you know what?
Hmm,
We didn't mention the celebrities that were on there last week, which was Lil Nas X and
James
James
Corden.
Corden.
James
Yeah,
Corden,
Love
yeah.
those two. They were so funny.
they were.
Yeah. Hold on, let
I
me,
like when
okay.
they drop little celebrities in there. Or
Mm-hmm.
usually it's the people that were on like Big Brother or Amazing Race or the other competition reality show they have on CBS.
Uh-huh.
Survivor.
Somebody
Yeah.
said in the comments they think it could be Ryder.
I was
Oh,
I
Ryder.
was wondering that too.
That's a good guess, you guys. I forgot. I keep forgetting about Ryder.
They could they sh-
I used to love Ryder.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, why not incorporate her kids that cuz she got a lot of them.
Yeah, Maybe
And
they'll. Maybe she will use Ryder to try to get to Finn, but I mean, Ryder himself doesn't particularly care for Sheila like that.
Right.
I think he stuck beside her for as long as he did, just because.
Daisy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I'm interested to find out because they really not giving up the details. That look like that's gonna be pretty quiet. Maybe they want to shock us with something.
Yeah.
I guess. Um, but yeah, Sheila and Mike and all that. I'm like, okay. And today's episode to me was an absolute bore for me. I don't know about anybody else.
I mean, the
Really.
entitlement of Bill was something to behold, wasn't it? I mean,
I yeah. I
that was
guess the
crazy.
crazy thing is outside of that storyline is this whole thing with Liam. Liam is missing work, missing meetings, being over at
Oh
Forrester.
yeah.
He keep bugging Steffi about Hope, and it's like, dude, don't come
Showing
over.
up to the house.
Right.
Walking.
Showing up to Steffi and Finn's house to talk about his insecurities when it comes to Thomas. I would have put him out if I was her.
Yep.
Like, how many times do we have to talk about this?
How
I've
many
told you that I'll talk to her. I can't do anything else beyond that. Like,
how many
Right.
times that they don't lock that door?
Right. Shouldn't have to though. I mean, for crying out loud,
yeah.
who just walks through a front door?
I
I mean,
mean,
they could have been naked on the couch.
well, I
Again.
mean, look at what happened when Sheila burst in that time. They were
Right.
on the couch. You know, Liam just walk up in the house and then want to throw his hands up like, "Oh, I didn't see anything." Maybe you should have knocked first.
Exactly.
He keeps coming. He sees it all, and but he continues.
He did.
I mean, puts his head down and his hand up. Oh, I'm still walking towards you, even though I see that you're, loving on each
Right.
other.
Because what I have to talk to Steffi about is that important.
It's super important, man. Get out of your house. Let me
And
talk to your wife.
anyway, I would tell, and that's her ex. At the end, I know they share a kid together and whatnot. And I mean, nothing's going on with them right now. But as I'd be like, if I was Finn, I'm like, look, dude, you can't just be showing up at my house anytime to be talking about your problems. You need to go talk to your wife.
Right.
And
Yeah.
even Finn was looking crazy, even though he had to go to work. And Steffi was giving him the stank eye after a while, like, dude, I'm sick of hearing this.
Yep.
You at my company, you at my house. You need to go figure that out.
Leave me out of it.
Exactly.
Right. No more heinous interruptus, please.
I mean, dang. And then Wyatt is like, dude, where were you? We had a whole meeting that you missed. And yeah, it's just one meeting, Liam. You have a job. Go do it.
Right.
So,
We've
um,
had the same conversation with Steffi for about 3 weeks now.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. So, what else we have? Oh, um, Ridge trying to get Ridge, Junior over to work for the company, and that dude does not want to be there. He's like, look, just let me live my life.
Right. So is he supposed to be? Is he also an artist? Is that what Ridge was saying?
Well,
That he's got to.
Go ahead.
I just wasn't sure if he was alluding to the fact that RJ is also an artist, like he and Thomas are.
I guess he was trying to say that because he's a social media influencer, which is, you got to be very creative in marketing and come up with the right posts and different eye-catching hooks to get people to engage with your content. So I guess he look at that as being artistry. And that's why he
Okay.
said what he said.
He was a designer.
Yeah, and so I don't know if I thought this week we'll see him actually, because they were saying that he was supposed to get offered a position where he was going to, like do the social media stuff for Forrester, but I didn't see that this week. All I see is this whole Man, that whole picture that they took looked like a freaking Polly situation. So,
Ugh, man.
Yeah.
and him and his
Let's
blended
have him.
family, and Ridge is right front and center in the middle of this, and you got all them kids and two wives up in there, and it's like, yeah, that's a blended family, all right. Y'all need to be
Right.
on sister wives.
Yep.
But I know what they was trying to do. They trying to keep the peace and make it less drama and contentious, cause But
Yeah.
go ahead.
You see how when Thomas and Taylor were talking about, he asked her how she felt about RJ being back, and he said, "Do you think that him coming back will bring Ridge and Brooke back together?" And she was like, "Yeah, I do."
Yep.
I was shocked that she said that.
Yeah, because it's gonna happen. They trying to prepare us for that.
Yeah.
I mean, why take us through all of that and then have poor girl left at the altar? They become BFFs only for, and then they make this girl pact, no men allowed, and Ridge, we choose ourselves, and then you gonna end up with him anyway. Womp womp
Right.
womp. So,
Yep.
Yep.
but I guess it couldn't last forever. Those girls eventually would have to be with somebody, but they need to give Taylor somebody.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, maybe they could put her with Bill if Katie decides to just stick with Carter. What do y'all think?
I wouldn't have a problem seeing if that would work out. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem seeing either Bill or Deacon just to see what might transpire. But I don't know. I don't know. Somebody new. I don't know.
Yeah,
What's the
well,
budget? Do you have a budget for somebody new? Can anybody tell us?
I mean,
Do we
honestly,
know this information?
Sheila is Deacon is stuck on Sheila Carter. So, and we're gonna see a lot more of that happen in May.
Ugh. Ugh.
But if if she decides to stick with Carter, Bill is the only free guy that's available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, and of course, if Brooke end up back with Ridge, that's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Taylor's single, solo, dolo. So, you might as well just put them two together.
Well, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind it, and I think it'd be really cool if they did like some really awesome remote shoots with them.
Mhm.
Make a beautiful couple, and then we get to see some really cool scenery that we might not otherwise see. Some of us, and it'd be fun to watch it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I guess I just give her. My thing is just give Taylor somebody. Don't bring Krista Allen. We've been without Taylor all this time. She didn't get back in good graces with her kids.
Yep.
We're past the whole Ridge storyline. CPS call. Blah 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 blah. Her murder has been. I mean, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Run, run.
Yeah, her bullet in the back. The situation with Bill. She's exonerated. So now what? Give her something to chew on. And I would think that would be a guy. So, or bring back a doctor or something. Somebody at the hospital.
Somebody new.
Yeah, I mean, your son-in-law works at the hospital. Hook your mother-in-law up with somebody.
Right.
So, okay. Um, man, all we had this week was Bill. Okay, did we get a little bit of the Thomas Hope thing? She did made a couple of googly eyes this week.
I vaguely remember them for a minute this week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because right before they went to the office to see um, RJ,
Mm-hmm.
they were in that other office talking about stuff, and Taylor had come in there, and then they all found out that she told him that he was there, and then they all went over. Hope went first, and then Thomas and Taylor went
Okay. Gotcha.
because Charlie came and told him that he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. I mean, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, it was not much at all. And it looked like next week Hope is going to make another romantic night with Liam again. I'm like, why? You've been trying to drag and build anticipation up with this thing with Thomas. And I mean, granted, it's her husband, but are you going to be trying to do sleep with him just to try to make sure that you can get your mind off of Thomas again? I don't
I
know what
think the
they're doing.
writers, I think the writers are showing us their relationship deteriorate.
Oh, you
Is what I
talking
think. I
about?
think
Oh, okay. You seeing the
that's why
break?
they're showing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And I mean,
Wait,
even
who's
go, huh?
relationship?
Liam
Hoping,
and Hope's.
yeah, hoping
Oh,
Liam.
okay.
And
We're
even
witnessing her think of. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, and Liam even thinks that maybe this may be more of Hope. You remember what he was saying? Do you think maybe it's Hope? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you knew what she was thinking, go ahead, Trish.
No, I was just saying that by seeing her think about Thomas while they're intimate. It's those kinds of things that are just, it's obvious where viewers we know this is going,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just having us watch it happen.
Yep.
It's just the fracturing of the communication, the fracturing of the ability to be with the person and be present when you're with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's because our mind is wandering, and of course, he's wondering why he feels disconnected, and it's because she's not thinking about you, dude.
Right. Yeah. I
I
mean.
wish that they would show them like actually getting into little arguments here and there.
Yeah,
Because right now it's just, I think Hope is just trying to convince herself that she is still. I mean, maybe she is still in love with Liam. Of course, she can be in love with one man and starting to have feelings for another. But like, I want to see them actually get into disagreements and arguments, because right
yeah,
now we're just seeing Liam complain about Thomas to Steffi or to Wyatt or whoever will listen to him, and then we just see her, being nice and friendly with Thomas or having her little daydreams, but there's really nothing else that's
mm-hmm.
happening. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when was the last time we saw Liam and Hope in a scene together?
Mm.
Like, I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like they could do a little
The
better.
last time we seen them was when he was trying to get her to go home in the middle of the workday. Remember?
Oh, that's right. While they were at the office, and right
Yeah.
after he got finished talking to Thomas.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Liam not.
I don't know. I just feel like when they do, or if they do end up breaking up, it's just going to come out of nowhere, and there's not going to be any real transition from
Yeah,
us seeing like the actual breakdown of their relationship to them breaking up.
yeah. Just the physical part with on her part, and then him
Yeah.
wonder. Yeah, I agree with you. There needs to be scuffles. There needs to be disagreements, and just the her being snappish because
Mm-hmm.
she's annoyed because she doesn't want to be there
Mm-hmm.
all the time that he's there, and she's annoyed with herself, I'm sure, as much as she's annoyed with him.
Yeah.
Because your brain, it's you may have an awareness of what you're thinking, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to keep popping back in your head.
Oh my
Right.
God, these comments are hilarious. Bree said Liam is not putting it down like he used to. He has he has these two girls. He has these two girls chasing him, and now he has. Wait a minute. He had two girls chasing him. Now he's chasing behind them. Um, Jay Money said that Thomas is definitely going to end up in her.
Oh Lord.
Y'all are
well,
too funny. What you say?
well,
Well,
yes. Matter of fact, yes.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen. The question is not if, but when. So,
Yeah.
I mean, she can try to sleep with Liam. Liam is gonna be like, dang, I lately I've been having the best intimacy ever. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, well, you might want to thank Thomas for that one.
Exactly. Wow, that was amazing. That was unlike anything we've ever done before.
Yeah, well, he said that the last time when he was talking
Right.
to Wyatt, and he was like, "Man, we haven't been like that in a long time." I'm like, "Dang, what was y'all doing?"
Right.
Right. I wonder how long they're going to drag this whole thing out, where Hope is daydreaming about Thomas before
Before she,
something actually happens.
yeah,
Yeah,
before
Yeah,
she
they
makes.
better not drag this all the way out to November.
I
It
hope
better
not.
be May sweeps.
It better be this coming month. Um, Bree says since Phyllis is on the run, this would be a great opportunity for her to go to LA and get with Bill. Oh my God, you talking about destructive? Putting Bill and Phyllis together?
Mm.
Yeah, that'll be crazy.
Bill and Phyllis. Oh yeah. Oof. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, and then Sheila can say, well, hey, we both the two grandmamas that had the same man.
Mm.
Oh my God.
But anyway, I I don't know. That would be something interesting to put Phyllis with Bill. That would be one. I mean, cause she's got that same energy, kind of like Quinn.
Phyllis.
Yep. You don't think so?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think they're somewhat similar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jay Money said one of the commenters said that 7 of the cast members are going to Rome this summer, including Hope and Thomas. Ew. I think that could be where the affair happens. Boy, what a beautiful place for that to happen, huh?
Right.
Y'all better, if that's the case, writers, if
Yeah.
you're listening to this, y'all better make it good. I need
Right.
balconies. I need some lights. Them taking walk away trips. But then wait a minute, she's still married. So wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, so I mean everything else this week, we only had like 3 storylines. We had Sheila and all them people visiting her, the blended family storyline, and then this thing with Katie, Carter, and Bill. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Right, and 3 out of the 5 days was about Ridge and the blended family situation. So, all right, y'all ready to do the last 2 segments, to flip the script and the who's taking a seat?
Let's do
Yep.
it.
All right, so let me get that up for you guys. All right, so for those that don't know, if you're new here, our flip the script segment, if there's a particular scene or a storyline that you wish you could change, that's where you flip the script. And then, who's taking a seat? Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. If somebody that just needs to go and sit down somewhere and be quiet, that's who's taking the seat. So, what you got for the Young and the Restless?
My my going first.
Yeah, yeah, you can go first.
Um, my Young and the Restless flip is somebody catching Summer and Phyllis talking, since they was wide out in the open in the park.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You supposed to be dead and gone, and you sitting out on a park bench with your daughter, talking openly, like
Mm-hmm.
not trying to hide, no disguise, nothing. So yeah, that would have been my flip, if somebody actually catching them.
And oh, by the way, Keisha and Trish, you see they left that hole in the story because we never got to see what happened in that bathroom with her and Jeremy,
We
and
did not.
she turned
Mm-hmm.
around and told Summer that she blacked out. Remember, she said, I just blacked out, and next thing I know, I had, blood on my hand and scissors. I'm like, okay, writers, you just let that one. I mean, I guess we don't need a description, but I just thought that was
Yes.
interesting. Go ahead.
No, I missed that she said that,
Yeah, she said
because
that.
that puts a little. I don't know. maybe she did actually black out. And she did say that one of his prison friends helped her move his
Oh,
body. So
okay.
I wonder if she blacked when she blacked out, maybe he was the one that actually did it, trying to protect her, or trying to help her out, but
Mm-hmm.
just let her think it was her since she couldn't remember.
Now
Interesting.
that's actually an interesting thought.
She
Yeah.
blacked out like the screen blacked out on us when she unalived them.
Right.
J Money is hilarious. Okay. But go ahead, finish your who oh young you had another flip or you were done, Keish?
No, that was my only flip.
Okay, what you got, Trish?
My flip the script would be that Phyllis would have come up with something before she showed her face and had a whole different storyline about what happened, and then could just go on and have to live with the lie. I don't know. I mean, honestly, could we just have like the? Actually, no. I change it. I change that. I'm gonna go even more ludicrous. Let's just pull. Let's just pull a Dallas and Jr. woke up, and let's just say that Phyllis woke up. Well, all this happened, and it was a nightmare that she had. And we're gonna go back to like a month ago, and we're gonna just start over from there. That's my favorite of the storyline.
That's funny. All right. My flip the script would have been um if I was Summer and I found out somebody wanted to meet me and it was about, cuz she had a text that she didn't know where it was coming from. She just meeting somebody random, and like you said, I think that was Keisha talking about somebody just in open daylight. Phyllis just strolling the town. If I was her,
Yeah.
I would put my record on and record the whole thing.
If you were Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be like, put my phone in my pocket, hit the voice memo button if she got an iPhone, and record the whole conversation.
Yep.
And then Daniel
Yeah.
will be like, you losing it. You don't know what you're talking about. I see her in my dreams too. Well, here, you can listen to her in your dreams too.
Right.
Okay, so what y'all got for bold, 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 bold?
um, my I didn't really have a good flip for bold other than the same thing I had last week. Is
Mm-hmm.
Katie should have shut Bill down instead of going to have that dinner with him. There's no reason for it
Exactly.
unless you wanted to hear what he had to say about you guys getting back together,
Mm-hmm.
and like there was no reason for you to go. And
Exactly.
yeah, it was
It was
stupid
stupid.
and disrespectful to her relationship.
Right. Okay. What you got, Trish?
So I would have flipped the script with Steffi basically telling Liam not to walk through the door again without knocking, and and that there are boundaries, and that he's really crossing, into territory that I'm not comfortable with, and that he needs to go talk to his wife.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would have threw him out myself.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Be like, you know what? I don't even want to hear it. Turn around and go right back out that door. Don't come over here without calling first or knocking on that door, like you just said. I don't know how many times people got to walk in people's houses. It's
It's
like,
a pandemic.
I mean, even over at the Abbott man. Listen, over at the Abbott mansion, they ring doorbells.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You mean tell me at the Bold and Beautiful with all this security, y'all can't like, yeah, that's crazy. Um, but besides that one for Bold, writers, you need to give us a little bit more Carter scenario. Give us a little bit more skin, just a little bit, not too much to throw you off of daytime television,
Right.
but give us a little bit more abs, maybe a couple thighs and a side.
Even the real thin silk sheet over the buttocks.
Yeah, give me some prints. I take a order of
Right.
Prince.
That side hollow.
Okay.
Deep hollow. Oh, wait, is that too much? I never can tell.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. That is too funny. Yeah, they could have gave us a little bit more of Carter. Come on. I mean, they had Katie turned to one side in that first scene like she was on cloud nine. She really got her back blown out. I mean, she was in La La Land. She was sitting up there like, Bill who?
Right.
Bill? Bill who? Bill Spencer? I don't know who that is. Okay, and then there are some before we do the seats. Um, let me see. Okay, so Bree says her flip the script for The Young and the Restless is Audra secretly flies out to LA and shows up in Victoria's hotel and negotiate a deal for an exec position, or she repeats Victoria's inappropriate behavior to the board of directors. Ooh, yeah, you trying to shut her down.
Dang.
That's deep, Bree.
She ain't got
Bree,
that much power.
I know, right? She'll be fired before she can get to town.
Mm-hmm.
Bree also said for Bold, Sheila's visitor is Justin. He's going to be her defense attorney to get revenge back on Bill. Ooh, that would be interesting.
Wow. Did not think of that.
And let me see any more. Oh, Mary Hilburn. Flip the script. Summer says that she going to the police anyway. I agree with that. I mean, we saw the Friday previews where Chance was like, if you know something, say it. So maybe
Yeah.
she might blab. I don't know.
I hope she
I
does.
hope she do too. I mean, her mama is putting her in a very, very bad position.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do the seats. What you got? Who want to go first?
Well, my take a seat is Phyllis for the 80th time in a row.
Mm,
Because what she did the summer this week was awful.
yeah. Yep.
And then Nick just for being the third wheel and looking all goofy
The simp
while they
that
were
he
looking at the
is.
sonogram. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What you got, Trish?
Josh Griffith.
Oh my God! Thank you.
That's it. Because everything else is all it's all on him.
Mm,
Yep, that's
Rolls
true.
downhill.
yep.
That is true.
Yep. 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 If I say I would, you know what? Honestly, going to give Daniel a seat. Do he actually think that his sister is lying to him? She is telling him step by step everything that her mom has done, and I guess she's daydreaming about the actual unaliving of her mom doing that to start too. Come on now. She's being upfront,
Yeah.
and I mean, she got way too many details. She didn't just create that out of the sky. It's like, Daniel, really? You don't believe your sister? Come
I
on.
can understand why, though. I mean, I don't know. She does have a lot of detail, but I can also understand why he's like, you're being that this can't be
Cause
true.
he was, but you know what? He was even shocked when Daniel said, now that Stark turned up dead, blah 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 blah, and we don't even know how that happened, and then Summer was like, well, that's because Mom did it, and he was shocked,
Mm-hmm.
and then turned around and said that she want me to keep this because she didn't want to go to jail, and then he replayed it all out. He was like, if this is
Mm-hmm.
true, we would be putting Mom in jail and we'll never see her again. Okay, dude, then that should tell you that this girl is not making this up.
Yeah.
So um now what you got for Bold?
Um. Wait, did you do your take a seat for why
I
not?
did. Yeah, Josh
Oh,
Griffith.
okay. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yours was quick and to the point.
Yep.
I forgot.
Very quick. Yeah.
My bow flips are Liam and Katie, and we know why.
Mm-hmm. Oh
They're
God,
both
Liam.
idiots.
Yes. What you got, Trish?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, I mean, Bill, you're a billionaire. you can find somebody else, she's obviously told you no multiple times,
Mm-hmm.
and groveling is just unbecoming. So I'm gonna need Bill to take a seat.
Oh,
Everything Keisha said.
okay. That's a good one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have Mike Guthrie take a seat. It's like how many times
Oh, I forgot about Mike.
how
Yep.
many
Oh yeah.
how many times does Sheila have to do things to you, and you come smiling
I
like
love
right?
you.
He comes smiling around the corner like a happy little puppy dog, and Sheila smiles like, "Yeah, I got you. You still here, like a fool."
Yep.
Right.
Ate the canary.
It's like Mike, go take a seat in your cell and stay there. Seriously. And then if I had to give any other seats, it's gonna always just like who said it? I think that was you, Liam. Liam, stop going up to people's jobs. Stop going to people's houses. Go to work. You missing work. You missing meetings. Dude, go take a seat in your office and do some
Right.
work.
Either you're gonna trust your wife or you're not gonna trust your wife, and
Exactly.
either way it goes, you need to take that over her and
Yep.
stop putting everybody else in the middle of your crack.
Right.
Yep, I totally agree with that. So, well, it was a good one, you guys. Did y'all have anything else?
I don't
Looking
think
forward to
so.
next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do for those who subscribe on the YouTube side and for those on the podcast side, if you want to check out any of the videos, I'm gonna do the May sweeps recap this weekend um for both soaps. And I'm telling you, it's some crazy stuff coming down the line. If you missed it earlier, about Young and the Restless one, which was huge and is absolutely ridiculous in our opinion. But you'll
Mm-hmm.
get a chance to hear what that is. Also, to hit that like button. And oh yeah, we gotta. It's some seats in these comment section. Hold on. Um, wait a minute. Oh dang. Okay, Mary said Lauren and Nick need to take a seat. Who else? Hunt Bree says the Abbotts, everyone is rich and grown. Go spend some money and get your own darn house. She put the whole house in on a seat. Um, Ron Julian says Nate need to take a seat along with Josh
Yes.
Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yes.
haven't put in the dang. Jay Money says have Carter put Katie up against the wall like he did Quinn. Dang.
Oh my.
Y'all crazy. Um, Bree also said for Bold, take a seat. Liam needs to go sit down at his job, and when he gets home from work, get on his stroke game before he loses his wife.
well, well, apparently, apparently that's not working for Liam because she's still daydreaming about Thomas even during that little incident.
Oh my God, that is too funny. Yeah, Liam, you gotta get your stroke game up. Obviously, you're not breaking backs. You just tapping it a little bit. Um,
Metal. Don't throw something into it so it'll stay put.
what you say, Trish?
I'm sorry, there's a lightning storm and it's
Oh,
pouring down rain, and an umbrella just went flying across my backyard. And so I had to tell my husband to go out there and throw something into the umbrella that's upside down, but don't touch it. Just keep it from blowing around. So
oh my
now
goodness.
we're out there. Oh,
Okay,
well,
y'all don't
thank
have a tornado watch or anything, do you?
no, just lightning and rain.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Crazy.
Um,
Yikes.
Dewan says Phyllis need to take a seat for having an innocent woman thrown in jail, and I'm sorry, but Lauren does too. Um, Helena says I took a seat on Bold and the Beautiful and for Young and the Restless. Nick take a seat with his thirsty sister Victoria. Mary says Liam take a seat. She also said Ridge. And Nate take a seat. So Janet says, "What about?" We talked about the Emmy nominations during the break between the two soaps. Janet, I think you came in late, so we discussed that already. Especially the fact that Matt Atkinson and um, Kimberly Brown isn't nominated this year. So we did already talk about that in between both soap discussions. And oh, Ron said Taylor need to take a seat. Dollar Bill and Steffi need to take a seat because we all know that Sheila will be out eventually. Yeah, well they need to go hide or something because yeah, she gonna definitely be out. All right, you guys, that's all that we have. Again, stay tuned for the recaps. I mean, for the spoilers for the week of May 1st through May 5th, and then also the May sweeps. Stay tuned for that video as well. So until then, we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.